We are live on Facebook. Welcome, welcome, welcome. My hair is jacked. I am Tina Torres, client retention expert, and I have in my virtual studio my dear friend Michelle Jewsbury. She is going to be one of the Connect Summit 7 speakers on Tuesday. Welcome, welcome, welcome. My hair is jacked. You gotta mute it.
There we go.
Oh, there you go. Gotta love technology these days, right?
Oh, I know, right? We all have to go online and pivot and figure it all out.
But wait, hold on. What is that down? And then you, with the Zoom, I know on StreamYard, you're completely opposite. So you'll go and try to fix your hair and it's on the other side. You're like, oh, wait. And then now on Facebook, you're like, oh, I look like that. I look horrible. So tell us what you're going to be talking about on Tuesday.
Yeah, so super excited to be a part of the Connect Summit. You guys have done this summit multiple times now. Talk about pivoting, you guys. I mean, if you want to talk to people who have been able to make money and generate business and be able to increase productivity and revenue during this time, the Angel and Tina are doing amazing things. You know, from the morning show to the Connect Summits, it's great. So super.
I can't believe we've had 7 Connect Summits. We just celebrated the 100th episode for the Angel and Tina morning show, but you have been on a couple of other summits, right? Have you been on one? Or
oh yeah. I think I've been on 2 other Connects, and then I had you both on my summit as well.
Oh, and that was amazing. That was an amazing thing. Okay, so tell us, everybody's wanting to know, the suspicion is rising. What are you going to be talking about on Tuesday?
I'm having a lot of clients right now ask me about overcoming during this time, because there's a lot of people dealing with depression, anxiety, fear, stress, the unknown, right? Because of COVID and the stay-at-home order. So I'm going to be talking about simple steps to help you overcome a lot of your obstacles and traumas, because a lot of the reason why we're having anxiety built up are because of our history. So I'm going to be talking a lot about that and giving some pointers on what we can do to be better during this time, be even better.
And so many people are going through those, right? And Angel and I talk about the Corona roller coaster, because some days you're like, oh my God, I love this. I love staying at home. This is so easy. I'm making good money. And then you wake up the next day and you're like, I don't feel very good. I feel like I'm depressed. I want to see my friends. And with me being an extrovert, I am totally missing like hugging and meeting people and seeing people and getting out there. But for a while there, I was like, I'm kind of liking staying home and not going nowhere and not having to get dressed from the bottom down. You know, and things like that. But you're kind of going on this roller coaster. I think a lot of people are doing the same thing.
It is a roller coaster. And, you know, to be honest with you, Tina, when this whole thing started, you know, I got stuck in Africa, coming home in London. And
you barely made it home from London.
I did. Yeah, I did. But I made it, right? Yeah. But when I got here, I lost my mind for about 3 weeks. And our mutual friend, Melanie McSally, her and I spoke, and she's like, well, why don't you just talk about this? Because that's what I do. I talk about things that are very transparent.
That nobody else wants to talk about.
Exactly. I know, right? I do.
Say that out loud. Don't tell people your real problems. You have to be this fake person online.
Yeah, well, I'm not that fake person. So I talked about me, you know, encountering a lot of those issues myself. And then now looking back, I'm like, I implemented the steps that we teach. And so it works. I like implemented our program in my life, which is kind of crazy.
You know, it's a proven method, right?
Yes.
I think creating like a morning routine, and I teach my clients this so much, creating that morning routine, I think is probably one of the best things that you can do to stay and to keep yourself on track.
Yeah, a morning routine does help, but also getting outside, getting fresh air, going on walks. I have a group of people, a very small group. It's 3 guys and me that we all just hang out. And then I go golfing with another friend of mine, but I literally keep things small, but I still have that interaction with the closest friends in my life. And that seems to help, even getting on Zoom calls and talking to family or friends this way, it really does help.
And it is hard, believe me, it's hard. I live here in North Carolina, and so it's so hot outside. And I went outside yesterday. You guys all heard my shoulder injury story this morning. I had to go to the ER yesterday, and I was like, oh, I haven't been outside in weeks. Weeks. I have not been outside because it's so hot. So, I let my dog out, I let him back in, but I haven't like took a walk or did any of that. So I think those kind of things definitely help you.
Yeah.
Me, even though it was a ER, emergency room outing, field trip, it still made me, I was able to breathe and get out there and get some sunshine. So I think you need to do that. So make sure you have a morning routine. Get out there, take a walk, call a friend, and don't think that you have to act like everything is fine.
No,
You have that tribe.
it's okay to take a break. Like we all sit in front of our computer and Zoom hop, and to take a break, to sit down, to go to the beach. I mean, you're talking hot. I live in Southern California. It was like 109 degrees in the valley the other day.
Oh
It's
my God, I've
crazy.
seen that. Somebody
Yeah.
posted there in Vegas. It was like 120. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, I had the honor of helping Bill Walsh and Power Team International in Las Vegas a few weeks ago for the Rainmaker, for the Rainmaker event. And it was bloody hot. Like I was
Bloody
dying
hell.
of heat.
Yeah, so enjoy the sun. What are a couple other things that they can do without giving away all your secret sauce? What are a couple of things that they can do?
Well, what's funny is we're diving into the 5th step of the 5 steps to overcome obstacles and trauma, but this 5th step is action steps. So there's a wide variety. And the one thing that we like to teach is writing. So literally just taking out a pen and
Oh,
putting,
and maybe writing in a gratitude journal,
oh
perhaps.
God, yeah, you could definitely do that. Like in your gratitude
Like,
journal.
Tina Torres's The Gratitude Journal that you can purchase on Amazon. That is the #1 best-selling book.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Just
No, but
adorable.
like stream of consciousness writing really does help. So I recently turned 37 and went to the beach. I love the beach. If you know me at all, I love to have my glass of wine and then sit in the ocean, right?
Yeah.
Literally with my feet in the water. But I remember just writing and writing and writing. And it's interesting that you're the gratitude specialist, because the one word that stood out to me after all of these writings that I did was grateful. Being grateful for the life that we live, because right now it's really hard to see that gratitude, to
Yeah.
see why we should be happy during this time. But there are so many reasons to smile, to laugh, to spend time with each other, to just give yourself that space
Yeah.
and be grateful for God and for the
And it's
environment.
even the little things, and I teach this every day in my group. Just it's even the little things. Oh, thank you for the sun that came out today. Thankful that I have a good home and a bed to sleep in.
Yeah,
It's the little things that sometimes it is only those little things that you can say, you know what? I hate everything else, but I'm thankful that this.
yeah,
But then you start becoming more thankful and more grateful, and more things start to happen and come into your life.
yeah. And when you start looking at life through different lenses, then your life actually starts to change. And we don't live in the circumstances of our life. It's all about how we react to situations.
Yeah,
So this right now is just a situation. It's just a hiccup in the road.
yeah.
So how are we going to react to it? Are you going to sit at home? Are you going to cry? Are you going to watch Netflix and binge watch TV for the next 3 or 4 months until after the elections? That's a whole nother story. um, or are you going to actually pivot your business? Are you going to work? Are you going to hire virtual assistants? Are you going to get people to help you? Are you going to write your book? Are you going to do XYZ, all of these things, all of
It's
these
your
dreams?
choice. right?
Yep.
It's your choice. You can either do this or you can do this. And whatever you decide is your choice, but don't complain after you make that choice.
Yeah,
You
you
can either
choose.
sit on your butt and do nothing and binge watch and complain and watch the news and, be in this negative state of mind,
Yeah.
or you can be in a grateful state of mind and stop watching the negative news, turn on positivity and only let positivity in you. Write that book, launch that course, get on some Zoom meetings, get on some stuff and reinvent yourself and your business. I mean, you can do one of two things. And that's what so many of us on the Connect Summit have done for the last 5 months. We have completely reinvented ourselves, reinvented our business, pivoted our business, innovated our business to create this online world that we're all living in now.
Yeah, and this is our new norm. So how are we going to live in our new norm? And Henry Ford once said, whatever you think you can or you can't, you're right. So if you think on a day-to-day basis that you will overcome, that you will achieve, that things will go your way, then the world will actually give you that result. So it's changing and elevating your thought process and choosing your thoughts every single day. It's just like if you're in love, if you're in a relationship with somebody, you still have to wake up every day and choose to stay in love.
Yeah.
Well, you have to wake up every day and choose your thoughts. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, during this time, pivoting is very, very, very important. And a lot of people on this Connect Summit, which I'm so honored to be a part of, they've been able to pivot. They've been able to transform their business to, brick and mortar to exclusively online. And then there's many more variations in between. So it's amazing. You guys definitely want to get tickets for this event. It's free. If you go VIP, it's like $97 or
yeah, and you
something.
get the recording, you get some inside scoop, you get to stay after for our VIP cocktail hour where all of our summit speakers will stay after and be able to talk to you one-on-one. And that's kind of like the back of the room talk. So like if you've ever been to one of these events, sometimes you can't get to the speakers, right? Or if you're, a stalker like me, you'll be, oh, she's going to the bathroom and kind of run to the bathroom. So you
I remember when we first met, you did that to me, Tina.
I got to talk to her because she had such an amazing story, right? And I wanted to tell and share my story. And that's what connected Michelle and I many months ago. I think it was like a year ago, like next month in September.
It's been about 12 months for sure.
And we were able to build that relationship. So it's those types of moments, that VIP hour where you're going to be able to talk one-on-one with all of these speakers and get to know them and build that KLT factor and build that connection with them. So you definitely want to go VIP. Bill Walsh always says, go VIP every single time. But you can, I'm going to put the Eventbrite link, and then Michelle will do the same thing on her page in the comments below. So you guys can grab your ticket. It is Tuesday from 12 to 6 p.m. Eastern. You guys can hop in, hop out, however you want to. We have 10 amazing speakers, including yours truly, where I'm going to teach you guys some client retention techniques. But I want to also ask Michelle, she has an amazing nonprofit organization that I want her to share with us her vision and what it's all about.
Yeah, so if you don't know me at all,
if you know her just a little bit, you know all about this.
Well, I mean, yeah, very, very true. Isn't that true? Because like we said in the very beginning, I'm very transparent. I talk the truth. I don't try to hide behind blinders,
And that's so true, because the first time I met you, you immediately told me your story. And I think because you and I both had, we had there was like this connection. You told me your story, I told you my story, and I don't ever tell anybody that story like that, just like that for the first time. So if you have met Michelle, you do know this amazing story.
Well, so in like 2012, I got myself trapped in a domestic violence relationship that I was in for 4 years. And leaving that relationship, you'll hear more of my story, of course, when you come to the Connect Summit. But I ended up documenting what happened to me, came out in a play. Then I ended up starting a nonprofit organization. So in July of 2017, I founded what's called Unsilenced Voices, which is a nonprofit based in Los Angeles, but we work in Ghana, Sierra Leone, and we just expanded this month to Rwanda. We are also fiscal sponsors for 2 organizations, one in Nepal and the other one in the Netherlands. And then as soon as the world opens back up for us to do live events, we are doing a live event in Los Angeles called Core Transformation Movement, where we're going to be providing resources to survivors and education to the community about domestic violence, sexual abuse, and human trafficking. So it's crazy. A lot of people don't understand how prevalent, how much this actually happens. And according
especially
to,
right now, people are stuck
yeah,
in their houses, with that person.
yeah, for sure. And so right now, domestic violence is increasing. And if you look at statistics just on the Child Liberation Foundation's website, there are over 200,000 kids in the United States that are being sex trafficked. There's like 18 million worldwide. And unfortunately, Americans, white American males are the #1 consumer of sex trafficking in the world.
Oh, I just got done watching the documentary about Hollywood and
Mm.
all of that, and I was appalled by all the names that were mentioned, and I was just like, oh my gosh.
You know,
So
it's
how can they donate? How can they get involved with the Unsilenced Voices?
yeah, Unsilenced Voices is now becoming a movement. We need help like every other organization, especially right now, because it's harder to raise funds. But if you go to unsilencedvoices.org, right there, I'll actually write it in the comments as well. There's a donate link, and you can just go ahead and donate straight through there, and it'll be a PayPal link. We do have a bit.ly link, so bit.ly/donate Unsilenced Voices. So that's easy as well for you. But yeah, it's a movement, and we need as many people on board as possible. And, because of this movement, because of my intellectual intelligence and my experiences and your experiences, I'm now traveling and speaking on stages virtually and in person, where I get to coach so many people, and it's absolutely amazing. I've got a client right now who is just a rock star, and I'm so, so proud of her. But you guys can do the same thing for sure. I'm nobody
And
special.
it's so much different when you're in a virtual stage, because
Yeah.
you can hide kind of, because when you're in a live stage, you don't want to raise your hand. You don't want to go ask a question. You don't want to go talk to the person who's talking about this kind of stuff, because you're afraid of what other people are going to think, right? But in this virtual world, you can kind of say, hey, me too. Hey, can we talk offline? Hey, I need help. So next Tuesday from 12 to 6, make sure you guys join us in the link below. I'm going to put it in the comments. She's going to put it in the comments. So join us. We have 10 other amazing speakers. Angel, Tessie, and I started this in March. On my way back from Tampa, on my way to San Diego to do a photo shoot, I was like, oh my God, all of my speaking engagements are canceling. What am I going to do? And I called Angel. I said, listen, we need to do a virtual summit. She was like, let's do it. And so literally while I'm at the airport, her and I are going back and forth. She's like, what should we call it? We should do this. We should do this. Let's do it on March 26th. And on March 26th, just 10 days after I made that phone call, we launched the first Connect Summit. We had over 28 speakers, over 1,500 attendees, and it was a whole 2-day event. It was so tiring, but we got so many compliments, and I want to do this again. I want to do this again. So we kept it going. Out of that, as Angel says, we spawned off our Angel and Tina morning show. And so now we just celebrated our 100th episode on Friday. So come join us on the Connect Summit 7. I feel like Monica on Friends. For those of you guys who Friends episodes, you know which episode I'm talking about. So come join us on Tuesday, 12 o'clock Eastern. Stay all day. Come hang out with us. If you can't hang out with us all day, put it in the background. whatever you got to do. It is a free event. You're going to see Michelle Jewsbury and a couple of other amazing speakers. You're going to hear some tips and tricks on how you can stay on top of this coronavirus pandemic and stop the anxiety, stop the pain, the depression. We're all going through it. I'm going through it. Michelle's going through it. I mean, we're all going through this roller coaster. I woke up the other day and I'm going, oh, you wake up in those moods, right? So you're not alone. So come join us. Enjoy the rest of today. And thank you, Michelle, for joining me on our live today. Make sure you guys go join. Do you have a last minute word of advice?
Oh, just just keep swimming, right? That's my favorite thing to say.
Somebody's trying to call. You're going, I want to come. Sign me up right now.
Already, right? I love it. No, but just keep putting one foot in front of the other, because this is not the end of the world, and we still have to make it as good as we can. Yeah. So make every day great and choose your thoughts every single morning, and just get outside and get some fresh air and get some sun, and
write in your gratitude journal.
And write in your gratitude journal.
All three at the same time.
Yeah,
well,
right?
Thank you guys for joining. I'm Tina Torres, a client retention expert, and I will see you on Tuesday.